What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. I want to speak on a story that I seen come across my feed, my YouTube feed, and this is a couple from West Virginia, right? And let me take this subscribe down. This couple from West Virginia, they adopted five black kids and basically just worked them, basically just work these kids like slaves, right? And so now I don't know if like one of the neighbors or somebody, turned them into. That's what I think happened. I think a neighbor or something saw something, and reported them to the police. But I want to read, like what happened. So now it says that a couple from West Virginia was sentenced to decades in prison for abusing and adopting black children, including forcing them to perform labor like slaves. Donald Lance, 62 years old, received 160 years, while Janie K. Whitefeather, 63 years old, was sentenced to 215 years in prison for forced labor, human trafficking, child abuse, and civil rights violation, right? They adopted the five children. They adopted the five children in 2018 and moved to Coanda County in 2023. In 2023, in October, a neighbor reported that two teens, 14 and 16, were locked in a shed. That's crazy. So they locked the kids. They didn't even allow the kids to go in the house, I guess. Authority found the teens without running water, sleeping on the floor, only on a with only a portable toilet. Let me see what else it says here. Um, with only a portable toilet. So, and it said the other kids were reportedly forced into farm labor and banned from the house. And so, I'm glad that these people, man, got the amount of time they got, 375 years. Like I said, 160 years for the guy, 215 years for the lady. So she must have really been off the chain, right? But the thing is, I think when the state take kids out of one situation and they put them in another situation, I don't know why, like they don't. Number one, I think that they should do a better job of regulating these people that they send kids with, right? Because this is not the first time that I've heard about this case. Probably about like a year ago, a year and a half ago, I talked on my podcast about these two men adopted, that they were a couple. These two men adopted some kids and was abusing them, right? And so I think that these people need to like do a better job, like I said, of having like periodic checks. Like, like with these kids, if they had a social worker, at least to go over there and look at the living conditions and see, because if these kids are sleeping in a shed and they're not in the house, the maybe these social workers can pick up on stuff like this. Kids sleeping in the sheds, and that's just crazy. Or they can even take the kids out of the house and question them, because I know if like a social worker is right there with the people, with the parents or the adoptive parent, the kid may not feel, um may not want to tell and say what's going on. But if you take the kid away from that house and and interview the kid and ask the kid, almost like doing a wellness check, like ask the kid like how they doing, how they like it there, what's the food like, what are the living conditions, ask them about school and their friends and stuff like that. Man, I think situations like these, I think they could do a better job to help these kids and to supervise or regulate people like this, man. So kids they don't have to endure people like this. This is just crazy. This is a nightmare, for teenagers or anybody to go through something like this. Young kids, teenagers, to go through a situation where they have sent you with somebody who will you know just traffic you or work you, and have you sleeping in these crazy conditions, in a shed. In the summertime, it get really, really hot. These kids could pass from like heat exhaustion or a stroke or something. That's just crazy, to have some kids sleeping in a shed. I don't even know what they were sleeping on, and it's just crazy. It don't even really matter what they were sleeping on, to be honest. But I think the state and people who regulate the kids and stuff like that should be more responsible and take more responsibility. These social workers need to go around to these houses and check up and do like don't even let them know you coming. Just pop up. And that's how, because if you just pop up and you say, look, I want to speak to the kids, I want to see the kids, I want to see the living conditions, that will cut down on a lot of that. Because if people know that they can't, it's going to be hard for them to get over or abuse these kids like this, because they must have felt comfortable. This couple must have felt comfortable, whereas though they knew that the state wasn't going to come around and check up on these kids. And if it wasn't for neighbors, reporting them, who knows how long this type of situation, I mean, it would have went on until the kids got old enough to either run away or even later on the kids might have done something to harm this couple, and now they would have been in jail. So yeah, I mean, I think the state really needs to do a better job of supervising people who want to um who want to adopt kids. You do have some good people out here who wants to, who don't mean the kids no harm. They want to adopt the kids and they want to help the kids. And I think even those people will understand, if a social worker just pop up, and as a social worker want to take the kid, remove the kid from the house so they can question the kid about, about what it's like to live there, and that's, in that house. Good people like that will have no problems because they don't have anything to hide. When you have people like these people, that probably hopefully it would discourage these kind of people from adopting kids and just turning their kids into modern day slaves, and these people are just like modern day slave owners. And who did like the what is the like they didn't to me they don't even look like they mentally stable enough. I don't know. Maybe they talk a good game. Maybe they just look rough and unkempt. But maybe this is just like maybe they didn't look like this when they applied to be adoptive parents, man. But I don't know, man. I think the state got to do a better job of regulating these, adoptive parents, and like I said, check up on these kids. Um, even have the school participate in it. Like if the kid's missing too many days, or if the kid is coming to school and this kid is looking like they dirty and they're hungry and stuff like that. Everybody have to really look out for these kids because hurt people. So a kid going through this type of situation later on might turn out to be, somebody who hurt somebody else because of all the trauma that they have been, subjected to. So, the state really got to do a better job, man, of protecting kids from people like this. These people right here just crazy in my opinion. And so I hope that they never get out of prison for turning these kids, making these kids' life miserable. That's just crazy. But yeah, that's my take on it. make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out on the next video. Peace.